Hi, this is Terry Clark from faithandfit.org. And so today on my blog, I want to talk about why so many of us are choosing relationships the wrong way. First and foremost, relationships are not a toy. It's not about liking someone or disliking someone. Relationships are about finding someone that you can relate to help you complete the assignment that God has gave you. When God looked in the Garden of Eden, he said, hey, it's not good that the man should be alone. Let us not give him a friend, not give him a sex buddy, okay, not give him someone that's going to make him happy. Let us give him a helpmate, someone to help him with his work, to help him with his assignment. So for the next 5 weeks, I want to talk about how to spot bad relationships. And a lot of that comes down to is understanding your assignment and relating to people, getting people to help you that are a match for your assignment. Okay, so this week we want to focus in on words of condemnation. Okay, so when you're looking for someone to relate to, you want to watch their language. Watch how they're talking about you. Okay, if they're never encouraging you, inspiring you, motivating you, that person is not going to be a good match, no matter how attractive they might be, no matter what kind of job it might be. It's going to prevent you from being your best. Then you need to move past that relationship. And sometimes those type of relationships are family, their friends, their sexual interests, their jobs, okay, their neighbors, okay, they're even financial institutions. If someone's always criticizing you, condemning you, attacking you, okay, and a lot of times you just have to watch their language. Now, the language part is cheap, so that can be really tricky, but sometimes you can spot those people who are really careless with it. And the ones that are really careless with it are perhaps the most dangerous. Okay, if they're always telling you you're too slow, okay, you're not smart enough, you play too much. It's just always condemnation. And there's nothing wrong with constructive feedback if they're telling you, hey, listen, you could do a whole lot better if you would work on this. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But they should be able to find some good things in you too. They should be able to tell you some things that you're doing well, and they should be encouraging you. Okay. But the Bible declares that, a preacher, okay, is to rebuke, reprove, and to exhort. It's not just rebuke. Okay. And the same with a parent. As a parent, I'm a father. You talk to your children, you encourage your children when they're doing right. You let them know, hey, listen, I'm proud of you. I like the way you're doing things now. I knew you were going to finally get it. Okay. Even when they do things wrong, you say, okay, listen, you didn't get that right, but there were some good things in there you did also. So you talk to them about the good and the bad. But if a person just bamming you all the time, you can't just seem to get anything right. And no matter what you do, you're always wrong. You're always slow. You're always weak. You're always underperforming. Okay, you have to watch those kind of people, because those kind of people are just takers and they're abusers. And those kind of people are not happy with themselves, and they're just trying to tear you down to make you feel like you're fortunate to be with them. Okay, so if you find somebody like that that's going to take words and try to gaslight you, try to manipulate you, that's not the person that you want to be relating to, because that person is going to interfere with your assignment. They're going to bring you down and distract you. Okay, the devil has all these D's: distract, defeat, discourage, okay, death. Okay, all these D's he uses. Okay, in fact, when Job was going through his trials, his wife was one of the main people that came up to him and told him just to curse God. Now, just all negativity. Curse God and die. Okay. And what Job's response was, he said, you sound like a foolish woman. So he distanced himself from that type of relationship. And we have to, no matter how close the person is to us, okay, we have to be smart, and we have to distance ourselves from negative relationships. You take Abraham, he got away from his family. Okay, so sometimes we have to get away from people in order to blossom and grow and be whatever God has caused us to. If people are bringing you down and attacking you, now sometimes you can go back to those people, but you need to restore yourself first. Okay. Don't stay up under a beat down where the person just all that negativity and you're arguing and fussing with them, because you can't build and destroy at the same time. No one can do that. So a child can take a match and set a whole building to fire that it'll take 100 men to rebuild. So just understand that if somebody's trying to tear you down, you need to get away from them. Now, if they're that important to you where you want to go back to them, you're doing that at your own risk. Because the devil always comes through those who he can use to get close to us, and they can victimize us and take advantage of us. He don't never come through someone that's so far away. Okay. And a lot of times he'll send people to you that's going to discourage you, that's going to distract you, that's going to cause you to be defeated. Okay, so he's going to send those type of people to you because that's what the devil does. He specializes in the deeds. But remember this right here. The most important thing while you're on this planet is that you complete the assignment that God has given you. And the devil is going to run his dominions, his folks up against you, that's going to tell you you're too weak, you're too small, you're too stupid, okay? You made too many bad decisions. You can't get anything right. And so anytime people are talking to you that way, and some of those people, they just don't know any better. Okay, they'll call you weak and small in a minute. They'll call you slow in a minute, and they won't even think about what they're doing. But the irony in what they're doing, you call them something like that and see what happens. Automatically, they're offended. Okay, so they can call you names, but you can't call them names. So when you see people like that, you need to pull back from them. Okay, you don't have to make a spectacle of it, make a scene of it. Just say, that's curious. Wow, I notice they keep saying these things to me. Okay, and then just pull back silently, slowly, just back on up out of there. The nice thing about it is you are the captain of your ship. You don't have to explain to people why you're backing up. You can just back up. Okay, you can just go in another direction. It is your life. God has given it to you. Okay, and so you have to respect that. Don't let anybody take what God has given to you and take control of it. Okay, that is not their place. Okay, God has given it to you. You don't have to answer to them. You only have to answer to God, because the devil does that. The devil used that same kind of discouragement, that same kind of doubt, and that same kind of defeat when he talked to Jesus, okay, out in the wilderness after Jesus had fasted for 40 days. Now notice this. He came upon Jesus when Jesus was weak. And he didn't attack Jesus physically. He attacked Jesus with words. First he tried to influence Jesus to bow down and worship him. Okay, and Jesus rejected all that. And then in the end, Jesus finally had to say, hey, listen, get away from me. You have to separate yourself from the dominions of the devil. Their job is to abort your assignment. Okay, so if you got things that, and we all do, you got things that God has given to you to do, and you know what those assignments are, and they're not advantageous to those assignments, you got to get away from them. They're going to use words of condemnation, okay, to discourage you, to defeat you, and to bring doubt into your mind. Those words are actually spiritual devices that they use to poison your mind. They sow those seeds of doubt. You'll never be good enough. You're not strong enough. You're not big enough. You're not fast enough. You're not smart enough. Okay. You can't get anything done. Okay. That's what they're going to tell you. You need to surround yourself with people that are going to encourage you and inspire you, to tell you that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. That's what you need to do. You need to surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up and make you feel positive about yourself, because before faith, there has to be words. Words are seeds. They're seeds of affirmation. So remember what I said. The first type of person you want to get away from you is people that are offering words of condemnation. Okay? They're toxic. They're just toxic in relation to you and your assignment to God. Sometimes the devil comes through people that you can't identify as being toxic. He's slick. Remember what I said. Okay? Separate yourself from people that's going to cause you to abort your assignment that God has given you. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope I said something that could encourage or inspire you to be the best version of yourself and that you can complete the assignment that God has given you. This month, we're going to flush out for the next 5 weeks these 5 toxic type of relationships that you need to get away from. Okay, we started today with the words of condemnation, and we're going to follow through for the next 4 weeks. This is week 1 on this subject. All right, you guys, be blessed. So if you want to follow this journey, Relationship God's Way, go ahead and subscribe. Okay, I'm going to put a link to my website, Faith and Fit, down below in the description, where I talk about everything from fitness to emotional health to relationships and all that kind of stuff. All right, guys, be blessed. Have a great week, and I'll see you same time next week.